today's video, we are going to talk about the guitar journey, your journey, and about avoiding paths that are not necessary for you to take. So many different ways to explore this. Let's do it the right way for you. Let's talk about that. Hello. Welcome to this channel and to this video, which I hope is going to give you more freedom and more joy on the instrument. Really simple, and this was born from a few interactions that I've had, very friendly, always on the channel, in the comment section. So here's in a nutshell, the types of comments that I've been getting on some recent blues lessons were, man, this sounds like crap. You're right. It really does to you. And I think there's wisdom in that. So here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about progress on the instrument. Here's the sad truth. Life is short. It can be sad. Maybe there's something after. But regardless, on this earth, we have a limited time. And that means that not everything can be dealt with. And here's what I'm going with this. On the instrument, if you do not like something, if the sound of a scale just doesn't do anything for you, don't worry about working on it. Work on the things that you already enjoy, that you already like. You can develop that aspect of playing. If you just find so much joy in hearing the minor pentatonic scale, great, go for it. If, on the other hand, you are the type of player who just loves the sound of just kind of like outside, go for that. Go for the sound that you enjoy hearing. What I'm trying to say here is that I've met some musicians, maybe they're right, I don't know, but I haven't found value in this. There are some musicians who want to understand everything about music, who want to explore everything about music, all the scales, all the genres, and they want to be master at all those things. And that's super valuable if you want to be a studio musician. It's super valuable. But if you're a musician who just wants to express yourself on the instrument, then search inside. What do you like? What do you have to say? What tools do you need to say that? That'll direct your path of learning. If you just, no matter how many albums of fusion jazz rock you listen to, you just can't get into it, then leave that aside. Maybe you'll come back to it later, maybe not, it doesn't matter. Go for the sound that you really, truly like and become the best communicator in that particular genre that you can be. And this will really direct your path in new ways. It doesn't mean that your playing needs to be stale and that you always have to do the same exercises. It doesn't mean that. And so for those of you who are wondering, where do I start? I think start with that. Start by listening to the music that you love listening to. Just make a playlist or just, when's the last time you actually bought an album? If you still have a CD player, try to find, they're not many anymore, but try to find a CD store and grab, maybe in the used bin, some albums that are interesting to you. And just listen without any student mind engaged. Just listen and see what you like. That'll direct your path of learning. If you really like this is a real-time example. I was listening to a Steve Vai song years ago, 20 years ago, and I didn't even know that it was Steve Vai at the time. And there was this one note that I always loved, this section of the solo. I had no idea what it was. And so I asked myself, what is this? Is it a rhythm thing? Is it a note? Is it an interval? Is it a scale? It turned out it was a Lydian mode, and that directed my path in one area of study. But it started with something I really loved. So if you are watching some of the lessons here and like after, a couple minutes, you're like, no, I don't like this. Great, move on to the next or find another channel. I don't mean this in a bad way at all. I mean this with the best intent for you. Don't waste time on things that you don't enjoy on the instrument. Now, there is something to be said with growing a taste for something, right? If I like wine, I like good wine, but when I was a kid, you'd give me a glass of wine. Why would you do that? Well, because it was in France and that was a long time ago. But anyways, different story. But now I enjoy wine, but a child probably wouldn't. There's something to be said about acquired taste. So give it a chance, but don't be too stubborn in trying to like something you just don't like. All right, that's all. Thanks for watching this. And if you do enjoy that kind of sound, well, you should check out the link below, because there's a free music theory DNA course that is available, and that might direct you in a new path. Free, guitarinfusion.com. Thanks for watching this. Check out the other videos on my channel. I'll see you next time. Until then, practice well.